I'm Jason Jasinski. One of my life-changing experiences was when I was 14. I had a pretty rough life. My parents were into drugs, and I hated drugs at that point. But I started selling drugs in school, and told myself that I would never become a drug addict. By the time I was 17 or 18, I had fallen into drugs and started using them. I always told myself that I would do something better than what they had done with it, and I always knew that there was a bigger purpose and a better purpose for me. But when it came down to it, I didn't know what that purpose was. I had the wrong thing at hand, but I had the right intentions in my heart. I always tried to enlighten darkness with darkness, but I knew that I could never get it right. After I turned 18, I moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to better myself and get away from the life that I had grown up in. I had finished school. When I was 16, I had to move out of my house and find my own way to finish high school. So I moved in with my uncle and graduated from Harder High School than where I started. I ended up moving to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and moving in with my uncle, a different uncle, and doing hydraulics and upholstery, and that was my mother's side of the family. And when I did, so I found out that my mom had moved away for a reason. They never really got along. So after 6 months of living that life, I ended up moving back to Oregon, where I was raised in Salem, and realized that Oregon probably wasn't the place for me. I moved to Coeur d'Alene to better my life. I instantly had a framing job when I moved here, and me and my ex and my daughter had moved into a nice little duplex, and I had maintained a decent life for some time, but eventually I had fell right back into what I knew, which was the drug scene. And 18 years I had pretty much kept that as a job title, which was selling drugs. I knew that it wasn't the thing for me, and recently, here a year ago, I had some friends that told me that to meet them at the church. So I came to the altar church, and when I walked in, my friends, they all surrounded me, and they were just on fire for the Lord. It was amazing. I saw their faces, and I knew that they knew my heart. And since they knew my heart, they wanted to direct me in the right way. They told me that I needed this program, and since I knew that they wanted the best for me, I told them that that's what I would do. I seen that their life was changed, and I could just tell by their whole demeanor that who they were was not who they used to be. And I knew that it was time for me to make a choice in my life. I knew that it was time for me to better my life, to get away from what I knew. I had always been stubborn and thought that I was doing good, but in reality, nothing is good without the Lord. So as I came to that understanding that my friends had the best intentions for me, I came the next day and met with Pastor Tim in his office, and that day I moved into Set Apart Discipleship House. When I did so, I got there, arrived, and met the mentors and the free ranchers that were there, and I knew that my life had changed. I knew that this is what I wanted in my life, and I knew that what I knew of life before was nothing compared to what I was about to endeavor into. After being there for 3 months, I was the longest free rancher that didn't get funding. So after 3 months, of course it was God's timing, I got to go into the ranch. I had asked John Padula, my mentor, if I could move back into Set Apart after I got out of the ranch, and he said, if it's God's will, then so be it. I had the most amazing experience in the ranch. My growth with the Lord was enormous. After I did that, I moved back into Set Apart, and as I was in the ranch, I had the doors open for me. I didn't know where I was going to go or what I was going to do. I knew that I wanted to go back to the Set Apart Discipleship House, but I also got enrolled in the Bible College, which was a blessing. It's like the Lord just opened the doors for me along the way. I moved back into Set Apart, and now I get to give the love that I've been given, and I get to speak life into other brothers and show them what agape love is and what it is that the Lord has planned for them. And it's been such a blessing, and I just can't wait for the next day to start because it changed my life.